Pinata for Holly and Joe. One of the last times I went out to the Cohen compound, Penny actually came up and licked my hand. The look of astonishment on Holly's face I still remember to this day. I always thought of Penny as the old grandma of the pack, as she kept everyone in line with her zero-tolerance bark and V4 growl. Seeing her and Joe together was like experiencing Fay Ray and King Kong up close and personal. Except Penny was the beast and Joe was the beauty, especially after he shaved off his beard. They spoke each other's language with no hesitancy or fear of retribution. Everything on a higher plane, as they broke through every ceiling known to man and canine alike, leaving raised petals and cigarette butts in their wake. Holly and Pinata, warrior goddesses who never take shit from anyone, because they haven't the time nor the patience for such trivialities. The sadness that Joe and Holly are now experiencing is one that I'm all too familiar with, as Doug Petty Cash Geldman also has crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. Penny, I'm so glad that I made your acquaintance. It was my honor to be in such esteemed company. You are now a guardian of light, watching over the Cohen pack with a loving ferocity of white light, white heat. Let's do our best to stand against the test of time for BMO. There's no fooling you. I knew that the second we met. Fools may suffer, and you're none the sadder for it. Wisdom foretold, wisdom forestalled. Cut off the ends and watch nothing meet. High as a kite, doing my best to stay out of the fray. Sometimes the fray turns out to be your strongest ally. The robot strikes a confessional tone. The robot knows more than all of you put together, and the robot is more human than any of you will ever be. You're damn right, the robot makes a confrontational pose when too many adults around her have let her down. It's not rocket science. It shouldn't take a genius to figure this one out. Stop your messing around, because you will be found out. Rubbing salt into an open wound, our society feeds on others' misfortune. Let's rise above the muckrakers and make something out of our lives we can be proud of. Wisdom ancient. It's late, dark. The night has no conscience. We resolved what's insufficient, replaced with tone indicators. Commonplace is as commonplace does. Overthinking or programming lackadaisical. Still no one I would rather watch cartoons with more. It's early, bright. The morning refuses to surrender to the day. We pigeonhole until there are no feathers left. We trade our secrets in for shiny garbage that guarantees us nothing but unhappiness. Stay the course until the course turns on us and misdirects us into a fiery furnace of binging and purging endlessly. She said about Ponyo, it's really soft. Then I watched it and I got what she meant. And it made me appreciate her even more. Some people just get it. while others stand on the sidelines barking inept orders to an insane bunch of nobodies. You may feel like you're stuck in time and all is moving around you. But keep in mind that you control time as it controls you. I find myself quite average, but I appreciate your words, quote unquote. This poem's for Sarah. There's nothing average about her in the least little bit. Don't get me wrong, average is okay, but Sarah's exceptionalism sneaks up on you like a mountain cat that is relentless in its growling intensity. From the moment I viewed her passion for heavy metal, I knew her fire was buried deep in the darkest depths of Mordor. When she admitted that she was shy telling both of her last names because one of them was unique, my heart started to work overtime to capture all of the petals flying throughout the holy air. We package and process ourselves as pieces and parts when nothing could be further from the truth. Average is as average does. And nothing Sarah does is commonplace or circumspect. I think what I'm drawn to, along with her insatiable fire, is how outside the pack she is, because the pack mentality means nothing when social distancing has become all the rage. While listening to Sarah play, I find myself transported to another plane, where everyone's vantage point is considered and music and love matter most. I look forward to watching her up on stage, sharing her soul, because that's clearly her destiny. You make me happy for Jax. Ring around the rosy. It's time to take back the night. I desire to make love to you. My words are a magic carpet ride. The needle hidden in a haystack. Broken hearts are sopped with camel. You are defined in sharp brush strokes, a lasting impression chiseled in ether. Please allow me to kiss your dictionary lips. My apologies stain the bag with grease. Let's close our eyes and shelter in place. The apocalypse will forever alter our outlooks. Seeing you on video, your body cast in light and sleight of hand. I'm watching you with my third eye wide open. Ring around the rosy. It's time to bring the day back into focus. I desire you naked and full of aching promise. I wrote this poem for my friend Jim Shepard. I wrote it on October 5th, 2020. We all lost Jim, 1998. Amsterdam. The fix is in. The whiskey priest is all whiskeyed out. He made up his mind, and it was a big deal. Listening to Lou, but it's not the same without him here. Nothing's the same since he checked out like Mr. White. Rep and Tommy J tell me that they don't want to talk about Jim, but I won't be told what to remember or what to forget. October 16th looms in infamy. So does October 19th, because that's when my mother passed away. My good friend Dan's birthday is also in October, so I'm forced to take the good with the bad as a Halloween parade passes us by. We break open our hearts with memories that even our skull banks have a difficult time wrapping their metal or meat around. It's like some 50s monster movie where even the A actors are treated with disdain because everyone's a suspect when the bad news is delivered like a corpse. The world is broken and the world is turned to shit as narcissism becomes a national pastime and we shoot apple pie into our veins because Uncle Sam wants you to forget he ever existed. I'm not the keeper of his archives, even though that's what I have been told since his death bell began to toll. I'm a friend and someone who continues to pay tribute because he's the best and worst thing that ever happened to me. And I will never forget when we listened to Towns and got lit on our drugs of choice. The Remington the Remington up in his gallows calls out like broken teeth in a pugilist's roundabout mouth. As I put the needle down on Sean Lennon's Into the Sun and go there with Jim. There's not a day that goes by, Jim, that I don't remember, that I don't think about you. Not a day.